So welcome back. This is part 2 of the NeoGeo Switch collection video. So last week I talked about volumes 1 and 2, and this week I'll be talking about volumes 3 and 4. And a little bit of a refresher, the way I'm kind of doing this is purely like a me thing. Like, I'm basing how much I like these based on how much I like these kind of games. So you might totally disagree, but it's super convenient. Each one of these has 10 games on it. So if I like 5 games, I'm going to say, hey, this is a 5 out of 10. That easy. So without further ado, like I said, we did volumes 1 and 2 last week, so 20 games. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. But this week we're doing volumes 3 and 4, 20 more games. So man, let's go into it. So I'm not going to give much of a recap of the last video. You should watch the last video if you want to see volumes 1 and 2. The main thing I said in the intro that I'll just lightly touch on here is these games have the manuals that have all the character moves or information you would need to play them. But we're starting straight off with King of the Fighters 96. And, it's no surprise, I'm sure, to many of you, especially those who watched the first video of the first 2 collections. But King of the Fighters 96, like many of the King of the Fighters games, is good. They all are very good of their own merit. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a +1 because, man, I love this game. I love the Orochi Saga. I love the characters they have in it. And this is the first one I remember where they kind of like started incorporating like boss characters from previous games. So very cool, very good game. This is one that I recommend playing if you get this collection. So next up is Samurai Showdown 3, and you know what? Kind of like a little bit of a spoiler for any of these collections in the future that have Samurai Showdown games. I mean, the quote-unquote worst one that there could have been would have been 1 because it's the oldest. But as I stated in the last video, 1 was really good, and they literally only got better from there. And this is a prime example of that, man. I mean, it says Samurai Showdown 3, so far, we've had a couple Samurai Showdowns, right? We've had 1, we've had 5, and now 3. And I tell you, it's really good. It's actually really cool to like kind of see like playing all these so close together, because I recorded all these videos like all at the same time. But like just to see how they evolved and how they're different. But this is still just a really, really good game. And the sprite work's phenomenal. The gameplay is obviously phenomenal. And this is another one that you should definitely play if you get this collection. So I was wondering if I would finally find a game that from a series I really like that just was too old. And I found it. King of the Fighters 1, or Fatal Fury King of the Fighters, like the original one. This is the Street Fighter 1 of these collections. It's just not that good. I mean, it's better than Street Fighter 1. I will say that. If you ever played Street Fighter 1, you'll know what I mean. I mean, this game is like playable, but it's just, you get 3 characters. It's super hella easy. It's just not, it's not there. You can really tell that this one's just older. I mean, and some people might want to play it like out of like, maybe nostalgia or historical. But like I said, the way I'm reviewing these games is if I would play them, like I had friends over, like, hey, let's play some games, would I play this one? And this one is a no. I would not play this one. It's just not good. Like, there's just way better options on these collections, and there's way better options. I mean, King of the Fighters 96 is the first game on here. Like, why would you play that? Why would you play this instead of that? Like, there's zero reason. Like, this is not a game that's kind of worth your time. Okay, so this game is it's a little jank. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not gonna say that it's like the best one because it's one of the older ones, World Heroes, that is. And I'll be the first to admit that like World Heroes 2 is definitely better. But any fighting game where I can play as Rasputin, fucking Russia's greatest love machine, is a game that I'm gonna recommend. I don't care. It's fun. This series is fun. It's like technically not like one of the better fighters on Neo Geo in general, or just even on this collection, but like it's very interesting. The characters are very interesting, and like this is a game that you could like easily get with your friends and like kind of hook up and just kind of jack around for an hour, just playing all the weird characters, just checking everyone out, doing their specials just to see what they're like. But like they're fun. It's fun. It's a fun game. It's very interesting. It's not gonna be on Evo, or at least it shouldn't be, but it's definitely a good time. I'm probably going to have to apologize for this one. So this is the first one that's popped up in this collection like this. But this is Last Resort. It's a shoot 'em up. If you watch my last video, and, you know, once again, if you watch my last video, I am biased towards shoot 'em ups. I'm not good at them. So because of that, I really kind of don't like them that much. Like, it has to be like a certain kind of shoot 'em up for me to really enjoy it. And this one is not it. And it's a shame because, like, this one looks really good. Like, it looks really good. And the controls are interesting. The option is interesting. It's just the moving backwards to make the ball your option, like, move where you want it to move. It's just not for me. And it's one of those ones where, like, when you die, you lose everything. And, you know, one touch death. It's not for me. And I'm really sorry about that because this is probably, like, a well-loved game. But for me, like, this is a ding on it for me. For a lot of people, this might be like the reason to buy this console, or this collection. But for me, it's just not it. So next we have a beat 'em up, and this one's called Sengoku. And, like, this one was hard for me because, like, so, you know, I'm trying not to compare it to other beat 'em ups, right? Like I said, I'm trying to compare this to, would I play this? You know, would I sit down with friends and check this out and play this? And it's cool. It's interesting. You know, the scaling on the enemies to come from the background is kind of neat. But you can tell it's, like, really old. And, like, there are way more fun games, even on this collection. This one just isn't it. Like, I don't know. It's cool. Like, I really want to say it's cool, but it's not for me. I don't know. I tried to play it for a while, and it's just, like, you know, it's neat to see, like, where SNK came from, but this game just feels a little too old, feels a little too janky. It's not one that I would put on the list. So, you know, because of that, I can't really recommend this one. But, you know, here's a game that kind of, like, breaks the mold that I just kind of lost there. This is Ninja Combat, right? So another kind of side-scrolling beat 'em up. And this one's old. Like, look at the graphics, the animation. Like, it's not like, you know, cream of the crop. But it's just way more fun. It was way more fun than Sengoku. And, like, the abilities are cool. The specials are cool. The weapons were cool. I like how your default is kind of a projectile. This was a fun one. Like I said, you can tell it's older. The age makes it look a little goofy. But take that out of it, and, like, the gameplay is there. And the sprites are, you know, admittedly wonky looking. But it's just really fun to play. So this is one that, you know, kind of like the opposite of the last game. Age didn't really kind of mess with it, and I think it's worth checking out. It's definitely one that I want to keep playing, actually, and it's cool because, you know, like I said, all these things are 2 players, so this could be a really great game to play with friends. So here's one that I did not expect to like as much as I did, and that is, like, 3-round bout. It's like a wrestling game, like a pro wrestling game, and I'm not gonna lie, like, you're gonna be watching this gameplay, and I'm very bad. I'm not good at it, and I definitely lose. You know, when I was recording this, I lost. But I will say that graphically, this game was awesome. Mechanically, this game was awesome, and this is a game that I think I want to actually learn. Like, I didn't, you know, I have to record so many of these for these 2 videos. You know, it's 40 games total. It's like I didn't really have time to, like, you know, soak it in as much as I would want to. I would like to, you know, go through the manual and look at the controls for this game, because this game is cool. It just, everything about it is cool. I like the mechanics. I like the grapple mechanics. I like how you have to, like, break free, and you know, it's like wrestling, but also it's a little bit over the top, like SNK. I mean, this dude's, like, breathing fire and stuff. So this is a game that I can see myself playing more of and want to. So here's another one that kind of breaks the mold for me, and that's Blazing Star. I mean, I said before that, you know, I'm not really the biggest into shoot 'em ups. Like, it has to be, like, a really specific kind of shoot 'em up. And this is a good one. Like, this one is really cool. I like the options for the ships. I like that you can, you know, obviously play multiplayer. I like that you can charge up your shots. I like just the power-ups you get are really cool. Makes the game feel really good. The graphics are amazing. I didn't look at what year this game is, but it has to be a little bit of an older one. I mean, older, like, newer, you know what I mean? Because, like, you can really tell that this game has, like, some really cool quality, and they were able to do stuff that they were kind of doing, like, you know, later in the arcades. There's a lot going on here. It's a really busy game, but I like this one a lot, and, you know, it takes a lot for me to, like, really be a fan of a shooter. So, you know, when one does stand out, you know, I guess take that as like a good recommendation. Like, where if you're a shoot 'em up kind of guy, and it's a shoot 'em up that I like, you're probably really gonna like it, I would hope. So I didn't think I'd be saying this after the last video. If you watched my last video, I talked about a baseball game they had there that I thought was junk. Was not a fan of it, because I'm not really a big sports ball video game fan anyway. But like, this baseball game is really, really, really good. Like, it's really cool. I love the graphics. The controls felt right. Everything was just really cool about it. I can say wholeheartedly that, you know, this is a game that I will and would keep playing. You know, I don't know if I would enjoy the multiplayer as much. Maybe I would. I don't know. It's cool, though. I mean, if you get this collection, I would say check this one out. I think it's really neat. And because of that, that rounds out Volume 3. So, you know, if we're following the scoring system I did before, essentially, you know, how many games would I play? It's out of 10, and then that's the score. So for this one, you know, I recommend 7 out of the 10 games. So 7 out of 10. You know, not too bad. You know, I think it's worth doing. It's a C, solid C. And there's some good games on here. I mean, you got King of Fighters 96, and stuff like that. And spoiler, because, you know, we're going right into Volume 4. But I will say that out of the 4 that I have, that exist right now, I will say that Volume 3 is the weakest. You know, even though it got the same score as Volume 2, 7 out of 10, I think the lows are a little bit lower on this one, but that's just me. And the highs are definitely higher on Volume 2. But on the whole, I can still say I would play some of these games, and am going to. So now we're rolling into Volume 4, and I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler here. This is weird, right? So Volume 1 and Volume 2 both had games that are like literally on my personal top 10 games like of all time. And I still highly recommend those. You know, the last one, Volume 3, like I said, was kind of a little bit of the weakest. But Volume 4, like, in some way, is, I think, like, I mean, like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but it gets the highest score out of the 4 for me. And that's based on what I play these games. Because there's a lot of games on here that I hadn't played before. And now that I've played them, I mean, pretty much almost all these are bangers. So let's just jump right into it. I mean, immediately out the gate, you have King of the Fighters 2000, which is like one of the best King of the Fighters. I mean, like, this is really, really when they were like making big strides into just becoming better and better and better and better. This one has like the introduction of some of my favorite characters. The backgrounds, as always, are amazing. But this game is just great. If you're into King of the Fighters and you want to, you know, or maybe you're not into King of the Fighters, you want to like try one, like, this is a really good place to start. It's kind of like in the middle. But it's still sprite based. It's still really good. And, you know, so straight out the gate, you know, we're already at 1 out of 10. And that trend's gonna kind of hold true for quite a while for this collection. And kind of like the first 2 collections, it goes right into a Metal Slug game. And I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't matter which Metal Slug it is. All of these are quality. Like, there is not a, oh, that's the old one, you know, that's the one that's not as good. I mean, this one is just as good as any of them, and it's amazing. It's really, really fun, and I, once again, highly recommend it. If you've never played any Metal Slug games, you can't go wrong with any of them. You know, this one might be a cool one to start with because it is like the first one, but I mean, they're all good. Like, they're really fun. And, you know, like, you know, I said this, I didn't say it in this video yet, I said it in the last video. You know, all these are the arcade games, and you can just add more credits by pressing the shoulder button. So, like, you know, a game like this, where on a console version or a non-arcade version, you know, you could run out of quarters and get a game over and then be like, I'm kind of bummed out. Here you can just keep, quote-unquote, pumping in the quarters and continue to play with your buds all night. So this one's a little weird. I had not played this one. This is Path of the Warrior Art of Fighting 3. And I had not played this one, although, you know, I'm familiar with a lot of the characters, because King of the Fighters, if you don't know, you know, really takes characters from some of their other fighting games and kind of groups them together and made a new plot. But this game was really cool. I really liked how the scaling worked in this one. You know, this, like I said, it's a game I hadn't played before, and the characters looked cool. They moved really fluid. The special moves felt good to use. It was just a cool game, like, overall. You know, I like playing fighting games that I'd never played before because it kind of like lets me check out like a whole new, it feels like I'm checking out a whole new world. So it was neat doing that with this one, and I definitely want to go back and play it more. because I want to see like what these other characters are all about and kind of like what the world is like. But even just playing a couple rounds for this video, I really enjoyed myself. Now, this is kind of like the first 2 volumes. This is like the price of admission game. This isn't the better of the 2, but this is Last Blade. If you've never played the Last Blade series, it's amazing. Last Blade 2, I will say, is like easily a top 10, you know, fighting game for me. Top 5 fighting game for me, probably. But Last Blade 1 is no slouch. I mean, like, it's really, really good. If you have not played the Last Blade series, you would really enjoy it, I'm sure. The backgrounds, of course, are awesome. The character sprites are awesome. The special moves are amazing. It's just a good game. It's you know, it's great, and I would love that if they keep making these collections, that they have Last Blade 2 on one of them as well. That would be really cool. But you know, you're not really losing out here. It's not like, oh man, like 2 is better than 1 in my opinion, but like 1 is super solid, worth your time, and I'm glad it's on this collection. Dude, Ninja Commando. This game surprised the hell out of me. It's one of those like kind of like, I said this in the last game, I don't know, or in the last video, I don't know what you would call this. It's like a shoot 'em up, but you kind of control your destiny by like, you're the one who's pacing how far forward you go. But this game is like crazy because you know, usually games like this, like it's, you know, kind of like Contra, you have a gun and you're shooting going forward. But this one, you're a ninja, and you can like turn into an eagle and shoot like energy eagles, and you launch giant fireballs, and like the faster you tap the button, the crazier it gets. This game is freaking awesome. Like, I feel like this game with 2 people would be amazing. I don't know. If you've ever played this game, let me know in the comments down below, because I had never played it before now, and like, oh man, I was so pleasantly surprised of how fun this was. It was another one of those ones where I was like, crap, I gotta stop playing this because I need to like keep recording stuff for these videos. But I mean, the bosses were cool. Everything was cool about it. It was just very, very, very enjoyable. I am so glad this game exists on this collection because I had never played it before and I knew nothing about it, and I'm glad now. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that one of my favorite games ever is Tetris. I love Tetris. It is so fun. Then I've never seen this game before. Puzzled, it's called. And at first I was like, hey, it looks like Tetris. And then I noticed it's not Tetris. And the whole point of this game is to complete the lines, to free the balloon at the bottom. And when the balloon touches the top, then you go to the next level. So it's like Tetris, but if Tetris was a puzzle challenge. And like different lines have different weights to them in the sense that like sometimes when you clear a line, like everything above it drops down, like kind of like they had gravity on it rather than just like staying stagnant. But also like some blocks don't do that. So it's really interesting. It's like Tetris, but instead of like fast-paced line clearing, it's more like, I mean, Tetris is a puzzle game, but it's more like a puzzle in the sense that you're trying to figure out what you need to do to free the balloon, and it's different. And I like that it's different, but I also like that it's Tetris. So for me, this game's like perfect because it's like different Tetris. It's like I've taken a game that I already like, and then I've changed the script a little bit so I can have something new. And because of that, I think this game is phenomenal. Super glad it's on this collection because I would have never known about it if it wasn't for this. Now, this game is totally an arcade game. It is crazy. The Super Spy, it is awesome though. It's like, it's one of those like weird like first person arcade games that were like kind of popular in the 90s. It's neat though. Like you basically, you know, it's from your point of view. So, you know, it's just your fists. You can have a gun, you can have a knife. I would imagine, I didn't get to keep playing it because of, you know, I'm trying to record stuff for this video, but like I can imagine you get way more gadgetry and weapons as it goes on. But it's cool, man. This game is really fun. It's a neat concept. And it reminds me of like, you know, like those like Sega CD games at the time, like the first person kind of like light gun games almost. It's cool though. This is a really neat game. And like I said, like that's kind of like the theme with this collection is, you know, the first 2 had a bunch of really cool stuff that I knew. The third one was good, but like not as good as the first 2. And this one's a bunch of games I've never played, and I just keep finding more and more reasons to love it. But speaking of games I've never played, this is Ragnard. I don't know how you want to say it. But this is a weird fighting game too. It has like the pre-rendered graphics, think like Donkey Kong. So at first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this because pre-rendered graphics, like in a fighting game, seems odd. But I'm not gonna lie, it played really good. It played really cool, actually. I thought it was neat. I thought it was cool and different, and that's what I really liked about it. Because it stands out, and I'm a fighting game nut, so this is a game I definitely want to like stick around with, try out a little more, because like I tried a couple different characters and they both played really different, but also like graphically this game is just really different and really cool. I can recommend it. I can recommend it highly. I think it's cool. I think it's worth trying, and it's another testament to how this collection is a bunch of weird games I had never heard of before, and I just keep having fun with them. So we finally get to the first and spoiler only dud of this collection, NeoGeo Cup 98, and this, once again, totally a personal thing. It has to be a really good sports game for me to be like interested, and I just wasn't having it with this one. I tried. I played a full game, and it just it was a 0-0 score, which is happens in soccer. I get you, or football, but just I didn't enjoy this. It didn't play very fun for me. It didn't have a good time. So this is the dud of this collection, in my opinion. If you're a soccer guy, heck, this might be the one that puts you over the top. But I did not have a good time playing this one. So this is the last game on the collection, and with my track record, probably not going to be something I like, right? Because it's another shoot 'em up, and I'm not really the fondest of those, as I've stated many times in these two videos now. But this is Polestar, and I'm not going to lie, really liked it. It's cool because like they kind of have combined stuff from their past games and did it in a way where it's really cool. So some of the past games, shoot 'em ups that is, had it to where you can shoot or you can charge and do a big shot. Or other games was you can shoot like regular, or the faster you tap the shoot button, the more crazy stuff happens. This game has both. If you tap your shoot a whole lot, you get a bunch of crazy shots, or you can charge it and do one big blast. It's cool. It's a fun game, and I think in general this one is awesome, which is great because that means that this collection, if we're going by my metric, is 9 games worth playing out of the 10. And like I said, when I went into this, like I was gung-ho on like, yeah, nothing's really gonna beat those first two. Mark of the Wolves, freaking Neo Turf Masters, but this one like had so many weird, varied games. There's a lot of variation in this collection specifically, and yeah, because of that, you basically get a 9 out of 10. So it's kind of funny that out of the 4, the highest recommended one is the one with the games I hadn't played, and maybe that's why it intrigues me the most. But in general, this one's very cool. Highly recommend it. This game is really cool. Anyway, if you guys got these any of these collections, let me know down below, because it's been fun recording these, and I hope they keep making them. And so that wraps up the NeoGeo collections as it sits now. There's 4 of these. I don't know if they're going to make more. That'd be awesome if they did. I would not be opposed. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree with my kind of very rough round the world scores here? I was a little surprised, to be honest, myself, because there's some games on here I'd never played and stuff that really stuck out to me. Hopefully some of this stuff sticks out to you. Maybe you even jump into these. But like I said, let me know what you guys think down below. I personally think all 4 of these are definitely worth getting, mainly because they're on PlayAsia, and you can get like a deal when you buy a lot of games at once. This is 4 games, so it's a good deal. But hey, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below. That's going to do it for us today, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. That would be phenomenal. But as always, my friends, take it easy.